Hello, I'm Pastor Terry Ellison, and I'm here to talk with you about something that most people want to know about. As I preach and I talk and counsel with people, many times they have different questions about spirituality, about how do I hear from God, about dreams, about visions, about prophecy, and many things. So today, I have here with me my son, Prophet Draper Smith. So many people are having dreams right now because I believe God is speaking to people and they really don't know how he's speaking. And dreams is one of the things that God has given you a specialty in interpreting dreams, understanding dreams. As a matter of fact, when I hear you talk many times, you're saying that God gave me a dream, and you begin to prophesy from the dream that he gave you. Tell me about dreams. What is God giving you about dreams?
God really speaks to me about dreams that he's really trying to make something that's complicated. He's trying to make it very simple for us. Okay. But we don't a lot of times understand kingdom language.
Wow.
When God speaks, he begins to speak very clearly to us. It depends upon what we're doing in that hour. A lot of people think that that when they have a dream about something that they don't understand, they think that it's what they ate last night.
Gotcha.
But food isn't that powerful.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it was just something you ate." They brush it off. But so dreams comes with a lot of symbols and signs.
That's right. That's dreams. That's right.
Right.
A lot of times, because there's a difference between a dream and a vision.
Right.
A lot of times people have visions, but they think they're dreams, and they have dreams, they think they're visions.
Uh-huh.
The difference is dreams are more symbolic, while visions are more literal.
Okay.
A dream,
Explain that.
Okay, a dream, you can have a dream and it be like even Joseph, when he interpreted the Pharaoh's dream. He saw the symbols of the fat cows and the unhealthy cows.
Right.
And he represented 7 years.
Right.
That was kingdom language.
Right.
But a vision is where it will literally happen.
Okay.
A lot of people have what they call a déjà vu.
Right.
A déjà vu actually is a French word,
Yeah.
which means already seen.
Okay.
And so it's almost as if they're walking into what they already experienced and what they've already been shown.
So most people, they know that word, whether they knew it was French or not. We've always heard those terminologies. Deja vu was like it's happening again.
That's right.
So now, you mentioned something that really got my attention. That a lot of people who have dreams say, "I don't ever dream." But really they do.
They really do.
Talk about that.
They really do. A lot of people say they don't have dreams, but they really actually can't remember their dreams.
Okay.
A lot of times, because dreams come from 3 different places.
Okay.
From the Lord, from the busyness of life, and sometimes the enemy will give you a dream.
Okay.
But one of the things that happens is they don't really begin to remember their dreams because of the busyness of life.
Okay.
I think it's Ecclesiastes 5, verse 3. Talks about a dream can come through a multitude of busyness.
Right.
Those dreams are people. One of the things that I see a lot of times, I see people who are dreaming these dreams, and what they begin to experience is, I don't remember the dream, but then they walk through a deja vu, and it's like, I've been here before.
Right.
Actually, that was actually a dream you had that God concealed.
Right.
God said it's for me to conceal a thing.
Right.
And for you to seek it out.
I've been telling people, you dream a dream, you forget it. And then you dream a dream, you know it's the same dream, but you still can't remember what it was. Then you dream it again. You can't remember what it was. And I believe that God is downloading that information in your system, so when you need it, you'll know what to do.
That's exactly right. That's right. It's almost like carb loading. When you're working out, you actually are taking in all these carbs and everything, and then when you go and run a marathon or you go do a long bike, then that energy that was stored up needs to be released.
Wow.
At that time. It knows when to do it.
Wow.
God put it in us to know, in our spirit, to know when things need to be released.
Okay, let's talk about signs and symbols, because you said kingdom language. When Jesus came down, he gave. You said something when we were getting ready for this. You said a lot of people make it harder than it really is.
Yes.
Because they don't understand the language of it. Because God is talking through symbols and signs, but He's using things that's usually that we already know about.
Exactly.
And all you got to just kind of do is flow with that.
Exactly. I'll give you a perfect example.
Okay.
I know a guy who was a chef.
Okay.
And one of the things that he would experience was he would have dreams, and he didn't understand his dreams, but he would have dreams about mustard or ketchup. Uh-huh. And I would tell him, I said, well, God is trying to get you to catch up.
Wow.
And mustard, at times, he would have a dream about a knife cutting a mustard jar.
Wow.
And I said, that really means you're not cutting the mustard in this area. God's trying to get you to speed it up in this area.
Yeah. I remember not too long ago, I had a dream about one of the members of the church. And one of my daughters in the Lord. And she was walking down this hallway. she had on a hat, then she had on a hat on top of that hat, then had a smaller hat on top of that hat. And then and then she was going in the hallway, she had another hat on. And I called her, I said, daughter, the Lord says you're wearing too many hats.
That's right.
And you got to just come in and just do one thing at a time, because it's wearing you down.
That's right.
And so God is really speaking the language we know. That's what he did when he came here. He made seed because he talked to a lot of farmers. So he talked in kingdom language, a seed. He made things that were easy for people to grasp in kingdom form.
That's right. Jesus said, I come in the simplicity of the gospel.
Wow.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really like to tell people who have dreams and everything, your dreams should line up with Scripture if it's from the Lord.
Yeah.
Dreams from the Lord are really bright. They're colorful. They bring encouragement. Even if there's a rebuke in it, there's always hope.
Wow. Now let's talk about that for a minute, because you did say at the beginning there are 3 ways that dreams come. You said from the multiplicities, things of life. You talked about from God or from the devil. Now, how we know that was from the devil?
One of the things that the devil does, he gives you real dark dreams. They're hopeless. God always provides hope, even through prophecy, different things. All those fruits and gifts of the Spirit are in your dreams.
Wow.
Words of knowledge are in dreams.
Wow.
Prophecy is in the dream.
Wow.
One of the things about dreams, though, dreams are where God can actually show you the hard things simply. Actually, it's almost like it's been encrypted, but you begin to seek out the matter, and He begins to expose it to you as you understand kingdom language.
Yeah. The thing I like about dreams is that dreams can take us bigger than our minds, because you can't even wake up to question it, because God just drops it on you.
That's right.
You can't ask questions. You can't take one section away, and God just gives you the whole thing.
That's right.
Because our minds are so limited, He just throw it right in there.
That's right.
And I like that about God.
I love it.
Because He's so broad, and He wants to take us out of the box of thinking. But now, I noticed when you at New Life Birmingham the other night, he prophesied and he prophesied. He wanted to preach, but there's such a demand to prophesy until you couldn't help but prophesy. But I noticed that every time, I'm going to notice 2 things. We'll talk about one at a time. Every time that you gave a word, there was so much word out there. No matter what the people was facing, there was always hope for something.
That's right. That's right.
And even though the ones that didn't get prophesied to, it gave us a mentality that no matter what we're going through, there is hope.
That's right.
And your job at that point was just point to the hope.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Wow.
And one of the things about hope, God told us, He said, I know the plans I have for you.
Wow.
And that we're not powerful enough to mess this thing up. When we're seeking Him, we're not powerful enough. A lot of people are feeling like they have done too much to try to destroy their credibility or what God has for them.
Wow.
But God said, you got hope. Yeah. You got hope.
Because God didn't build this whole thing on our credibility.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's great. Now, the other part of that is that I noticed many times God will give you to call someone's name. And many times you only say the first name. And there were cases when there was more than one name of the same person there. And then God had a word for somebody else, but the other person that stood up immediately, you gave them a word from God and was right on it. Is it like as hungry as we are, God is ready to give it to us?
That's exactly what it is. A lot of times, a lot of people are they're not hungry enough.
Wow.
God will answer hunger. He said, those that hunger and thirst after me, they shall be filled.
Wow.
And He will always, even those that have been called and things, God said, okay, I'm gonna answer you though, because you were hungry.
Well, that's powerful, man, because a lot of people I try to be cordial, or try not to be, they think it's like overindulgence if you go too far. But I found out that the greatest praisers, the ones who are persistent, the one that don't give up, those are the ones that God is just ready to pour out His everything to.
That's right.
And to show things.
That's right, because the love endures to His love endures to the end. He wants to see where yours is.
Also with dreams, let's get back to dreams for a moment. With dreams, God's always dealt with me about it allows us to begin to think spiritual minded.
That's right.
Versus in the carnal flesh way of doing things. Although He's given us carnal symbols, but they're pointing to spirituality of the patterns of God.
That's right. Everybody dreams. Everybody dreams. Right. And one of the things I've learned is that God begins to talk to me all the time about dreams. But He says to me, He says that I've been speaking to everybody for years about dreams, in their dreams, teaching them kingdom language. Some of them just hadn't caught on. And because if you really know how long we've been dreaming, if you're 60 years old, we sleep for 1/3 of our life. So if you're 60 years old, that means you've slept for 20 years of your life.
Wow.
And so you've had dreams for 20 years.
Wow.
God's been speaking the whole time.
Well, and that's where we get a lot of this confirmation when people prophesy to us. That things we've been dreaming, God be saying things out loud.
That's right.
That we've been dreaming all the time.
That's right. That's right. It's part of his language. And a lot of times it's like Job 33 verse 14.
Yes.
It says God spoke once, he spoke twice.
Twice.
But in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon you,
Yeah.
he
Slumber
opens up
upon
your
your
ears.
bed. Yeah.
That's right. It slumbers upon your bed.
Yeah.
He opens your ears and sealeth instruction.
Yeah.
A lot of times that time of being so busy and overthinking things, God says, okay, I'm going to quiet you now. With my love, I'm going to quiet you, and I'm going to rejoice over you, but I'm going to speak to your heart.
Right.
I'm going to tell you some instructions that's going to actually help you get into the right direction.
Because a lot of people, they would discard dreams because, God's going to, I'm too young for God to be speaking like that. But no, God will give you dreams. And he's really growing you to that level of spirituality. He's taking what you already know and re-explaining it to you. And God has something rich for you.